Lizzy with Long Distance Gamers, and today I'm going to be playing the new expansion for Santorini, Riddle of the Sphinx. This is Riddle 4, so the first, well, 4 scenarios that you do, because you have the introduction, and then 3, they're piecing you out. It's kind of a tutorial, so this is the first, basically, full game. I will be playing it solo. But let's go ahead and get started. I won't go too much into the rules because we'll go over the basics and it's pretty much self-explanatory when you watch it. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have it set up. It does tell us what pieces go where. And then these are our goals. So it will say, so our silver, we want to get these 6 silver tokens. For a reward, we could place 1 friendly god based on the ones we've unlocked. So like during the tutorial, you're going through and unlocking some of the gods, which are these green back ones. So for a reward for this, I can get another one, which we started with a couple. So slight spoilers, I have unlocked these 2 gods. And then for the 4th, or for the gold, there's 5 of those. This will end the riddle. So you could choose your normal or your expert level setup. So I'm choosing normal, so I get 2 of these. Expert would just be 1 of these. So godlike, you have to set it up on expert. So I'm not going to be trying for this one. I will be trying for these 3. So I want to get all of these silvers, all of the golds. And then for this heroic, I want to collect all the coins and have this back in its starting spot. So this is the Sphinx. So the rule states that when a block is placed next to it, so if this block would get placed here, the Sphinx would then go onto it. And it doesn't matter the height. So like normally you can go up 1, but like I couldn't jump to here. But the Sphinx could. So the Sphinx could go up there. So it doesn't matter the height. So I'm playing solo. So there is this, which, because I painted my workers, so I have pink and blue. So I colored that in a little bit of pink to remind me that pink is my white and blue is my blue. So basically I have this wanderer who I get to put on one of these actions. I'm actually just gonna, it's fine right there. And then I would get to do that ability. So the only thing is, like, so if I'd be on the white worker, I have to go to one of these other 3. So I just can't activate the same thing 2 turns in a row. So you can move and build. These are what I have to build from. I guess I could just put them right there. If I can't move my worker or I don't have a block to build, I have to do a different action. So I can select a god from here, which will give me build blocks and powers. Or I could do the Sphinx game, which is where I will roll this die. And then I would take that color. If I can't, then a worker goes there. If I can't twice, I lose the game. I lose the game in the normal way. If I can't move a worker and place a block. So if I can't do that action, I can't do the god action. If I basically can't do any actions, I lose. But yeah. Oh, and then there's these blessing tokens. If I end my turn on one of these, I then get to add a blessing to the deck, which then when it comes out, it's a special ability I can use. So, we're definitely going to want to build up, and then we want to end with placing it back to there. So I think I might grab Hermes. So instead of your normal move, you may move 0 to 3 spaces, but cannot move up or down levels. My quest would be move 3 spaces without entering the same space twice to clear this. So I could do, 1, 2, 3, and then be able to do that. Oop, it took that with it. Let's put those back. So when I grab this, I then find that type of block. And it gets added to here. So now I can use this. And then if I do that action and use the block, I then get its reward, which is another block of my choosing. Another god will come out. Okay, so that was the select a god action. So now I think I am going to go ahead and move. So I'm going to move my white. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So that way I can end on this blessing. Oh wait, I don't want to do that yet because this is a 2. So I don't want to do that. So what I can do is I can move the blue here. I can do blue worker and place this here. Nope, I don't want to do that either. Urgh. Okay, let me think about this a little bit because I want to be able to place this. So it might be beneficial. Let's I selected a god. It might be beneficial to place, to actually move this guy here, or actually to move. No, because then I wouldn't. Okay, yeah. Move this guy here. Place this. So I'm moving the blue worker. And then this token gets put on top of it. I haven't achieved it yet, so I don't get to place it down here. Then I will move the white worker, doing this ability, going 1, 2, 3. So I move 3 spaces, and then I'm going to place this here. Which now it has achieved its goal of the 2nd level. So this then gets to be placed here. And I get this token, and this is achieved. So for this one, I get to grab any level of my choice. Considering how many level 1s we need, I'm just going to grab a level 1. And then he gets discarded. And for this, I take one of these blessing cards and put it on top of the God's deck. So now it's in my best interest. Oh, that was, to select a god. So that way I can get that revealed and find out what my ability will be. So after each move, you may force another worker into the space you move from in any color from anywhere. That could come in handy. So so we'll do that one. When I was playing earlier, I was placing them over there. But I'd rather all my pieces be together. Okay. So if you also force a worker up at least 1 level, you also get this. Ooh, okay. So that's handy. So, and I forgot. Oh, so I wouldn't have, okay, we're not going to go backwards, but I wouldn't have been able to place it there because it would have been on it. Okay. So, discard to gain this power. This turn, instead of a normal build, you may build a block under your moved worker. Okay, that's handy. Although we won't want to do that right now. Okay. So, I'm going to move my pink, my white, here. And then place this guy here, which then forces to move. Okay. So there's that. So I need to be able to build. So I'm going to then move my blue, which I can move either of them. So I can move this guy here and build this. Actually, no, because I'm going to want to move. I guess it doesn't really matter. Get that one. Then I can do. I need to get more tokens. So I'm going to select a god because I need another base one. I'm going to choose him. So you may move and build with an additional worker who is at ground level. Thankfully, a lot of mine are at ground level. Okay. So you may force another worker into a space you moved from. Force a worker at least one level up. Okay. So I definitely want to do blue, because then pink can force blue up from anywhere, right? Of any color from anywhere, yeah. Okay. So we're going to... Oh, and it was not next to it, so it didn't move over there because it wasn't next to it. Gotcha. Okay. This is confusing, sorry. Move blue, so we're going to move blue here. Oh, this needs to be during my second move. Ah! You know what? We're going to play the Sphinx games. So... we're going to remove this, but then we get any block of our choosing. So I'm going to choose a base one. Okay. Now, okay, so now we can, although that will, we want to do that the second time and force another worker into the space you moved from. Okay, so we're just gonna move blue, put blue there, and put base here, which the Sphinx does not move yet. Move a white, so we're gonna move up to, man, this is confusing. Okay, I think I need to select another god. Let's do that one. These are our choices. We have Iris. Instead of a normal move, you may jump over a neighboring figure. You may move onto a space neighboring. You may move onto a neighboring worker by forcing them to space in the same direction you moved. Okay, so yeah. Let's get a second level. No, let's do still base level. We can still do base level. Okay. Because I want to try to do this, but I think I'm going to have to do this one. So I'm going to move here. And... well, no, I'm going to move here. No, down here. Build this one, which will complete this. And then I'll be forcing this one to take this spot. And since it's not next to the Sphinx, they didn't take it. Which lets me complete their quest. And I think it's time to get a... well, let's get another seconds, actually. We have so many seconds that we need. Okay. And then you may move and build with an additional worker who is at ground level. So this is at ground level. So I'm going to move here and build here, which will then force the Sphinx to go there. But we got to complete this one. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a third level. Start completing some of those. Okay. Woohoo. That was still blue's turn. So pink's turn. You may move onto a neighbor worker by moving one other space in the same direction. Okay. So yes, I'm going to move this way. And since I'm forcing this one to move... oh, crap. I had a blessing. I ended my turn on a blessing. Okay. Goes there. Although I don't want to do that actually, because I'm placing this one. So I guess I really do need a ground level, huh? Okay, so we can... Oh! Yeah, actually that will work because then I could place that one. Okay, so yes, I'm going to move this one using this one's power and being able to place underneath me. Ah! We're just going to move that out for a second. Place that one in. Move that back. Okay. Oh no, but then I get eaten. You know what? I feel like that's worth it. I don't think that the Sphinx is forced on that worker is destroyed. Box are built one. Oh, actually, it might be. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Okay, and then I definitely need more base. So we'll grab one of those. This one will come out, which this one, instead of your normal turn, you may spend one turn to retrieve one destroyed worker, placing them in an unoccupied starting space. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that instead. And I can put it on any unoccupied starting space. So yeah, right there is good. Okay, reveal another god. Okay. Now, we can move blue, we could get a god. Let's go ahead and do blue. Let's move you here. Okay. Now, what are these gods? So you may jump over, which I don't have that. You may build blocks underneath neighboring ones. Okay, so if I roll this die, which is 50-50 chance, I would have to kill one of my workers. So I can't move my pink, unfortunately. Where I want it, at least. To jump over, I don't need that. Let's go ahead and just move pink here. Placing this here. Which then causes him to move up to there. Okay. Then let's move blue. So let's move blue there. Complete this. Okay. Oof. We have one more silver before we'll be able to add a god to that deck. I have nothing here, so I'm going to have to select a god. And now I'll be able to jump over. Okay, you may jump over a neighboring figure. So yeah, so we'll do that one, and we will do a base. Ooh, we're running out of god cards. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna choose to move blue by jumping over them and placing this down. And that one gets us another one. So I'm gonna choose a second level. I'm gonna choose to move the pink over to here, which will get us another blessing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on top of that. And place this here. Oh, crap. No, couldn't do that because this moved here. So yeah, so we'll put that back and that back. Okay. Because we need to get him off first. So I think we might want to play the Sphinx game. Okay. Get that. I'm going to grab a base. Now I'm going to move the pink worker over to here. And lay this here. Which, oh no, we need second level. Oh my goodness. But we do get a blessing. Okay. I feel like have I been getting, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm struggling with components. Okay, so we don't need any more bases. We do need a second level, so let's go ahead and get select a god. You may move 2 spaces, but not back to the space you started. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, we want to move the Sphinx around, don't we? Okay. Let's do pink. Let's get pink out of here. So we'll go 1, 2, and then we will build, oh, this comes out. So this turn you may select a worker to perform your move and a different worker to do your build, but I'm okay. We'll still have pink do this, which then gets us, which I chose to put Hades on because it doesn't have a special power, but clear this with a worker who is higher than others and you get to place a discarded god. So you get a discarded god back, which will help. With the feeling of not, oh, I used that P. Okay, I must have accidentally grabbed that. But I moved 2 spaces. So, oh, wait, nope. I would not have wanted to do that then. Okay, because I need to move up a level. Well, I could still go 1, 2, and then lay it down, and then have gotten all of that. Okay, and I got this, so I get to grab another. So I need this level. And he has moved up to there. Okay. Okay, so we need, well, I guess we need 2 of these. Okay, so we can move blue over to here. And then put this there. Moving him here. We can move pink here. Doing this, moving him to there. Completing that one. And I need pieces again. Okay. We're going to select a god. We're going to, you may build blocks underneath neighboring figures. Okay. We're going to choose, not that level. We're going to choose a, okay, so we're going to do something tricky. No, we're not. Because that would, oof. You may build blocks underneath. Okay, and then this one is clear this with worker who is higher than all others. Okay. Ugh. That one's kind of a rough power. Okay. We're going to have the blue worker move. Or do we, actually, let's play this Sphinx game. Best case scenario, we get another thing. Whoo! Yay. Okay, we want one of these levels. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's select a god. So we're going to select Hades. Okay, clear this with a worker who is higher than all others. And so we get this. So, going to come over to here and build this one. I guess that doesn't make sense that I chose Hades. But that's okay. But I got another one. So I want another one with either one. You may jump over. Yeah, we'll do Iris. Okay. So you may build blocks underneath neighboring figures. Oh, and that's discarded. Okay. Trying to figure out a way to get, because I need to get this one. I guess I could just get a claim a guy and get her. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to move here, move down here, build that. He will come over here. Okay. And then that was moving blue. So I'm going to claim another god. I'm going to choose Iris, and I'm going to choose that level. Okay. And I may jump over. Okay. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to jump over you and build this, which does not trigger him because he's not next to it. And that was moving pink. And then, sure, let's go ahead. Just for funsies. Okay, and then we can move a blue worker. We'll go ahead and move him down and put this here, which then causes the Sphinx to go there. And that is the game. So I've gotten silver accomplished, I've gotten gold accomplished, and I got the Sphinx back in the center. I did mess up a little bit, but that's okay. So what happens now is you go to your adventure map, and since I got 3 accomplished, I get to fill in those 3. And then I get to fill in 3 things here, which will let me unlock another god, or so I'm gonna come over here to connect for 2 of them for Prometheus. So Prometheus is unlocked. And then, yeah, we'll start coming down here. So now my greens can be any of these. And I'm starting to work on this. I need to get her too. She's only a 2. Okay. But yeah, and then that is how you play the game. Sorry about all the AP there at the beginning. It can be very challenging at times to get thinking, apparently. But it's still really stunningly beautiful. Really enjoy the game. Sometimes in the beginning ones, you wanted to have blocks left over. So I was able to do that. So the expert achieve heroic when 4 workers neighbor the Sphinx and without taking objective rewards. So I would have needed to have him like here. And then we would have been good. We would have been neighbors. But I also would have started with 1 less of these. Which, hey, I had 1 left over. So close. But yeah, no. And I wouldn't have been able to take that as a reward. Which didn't really help me anyways. Other than giving me this block. But yeah, so definitely I'm looking forward to playing the rest of these. There's quite a few. I think there's, 22? And then I haven't gotten the godlike on any of them so far. So that would be something I could go back and try to achieve that. But for now, we're just going to keep going for the story. But thank you very much for watching. And until next time, just remember to have fun, be present, and be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you find value in our content, please like, comment, or subscribe. Let a friend or family member know that we exist. Help us spread our channel and bring remote gaming to a table near you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.